Why not take a precautionary measure and ground these aircraft?
Because it's important for us not to jump to conclusions, but to evaluate in a very objective and logical way what happened. At the moment, we have no information whatsoever to lead us to any hypothesis, and yet there are many possible causes of this tragic accident. So we are in the data gathering mode. We're looking for information. We're talking to all the experts, not only in Canada but also in the United States, and also we're in touch with our Canadian Airlines and the pilot unions.
Will you follow the Canadian government?
Germany have already decided to ground these planes. What is it that Canada knows that these countries don't know?
Canada doesn't know what caused this accident, and nor do the countries in question.
Is Canada part of the investigation? Obviously, there were 18 Canadians killed in this fight.
So this accident occurred on a U.S. certified aircraft.
I understand, but there are other parties. The French, for example, are analyzing this.
So if our Transportation Safety Board, the TSB, the Canadian TSB, decides that by virtue of the fact that there were Canadians on board to investigate, they're an independent body, they can decide to do so. So I would suggest you address that question to the Transportation Safety Board.
But how do you reassure Canadians who are worried? More and more are worried. How do you reassure Canadians, and what is this going to have on other Canadian airlines?
Well, I am saying exactly what I said yesterday, which is that flying in Canada we have an extremely high safety record. If you talk to the airlines themselves at the moment, they will tell you the same thing. And the pilots are very well trained. And, you know, people are trying to, at the moment, make the link to the aircraft accident that occurred with Indonesia, with Lion Air, where there was a problem with an angle of attack sensor, and that was forcing the nose down. After that happened, two things happened. One is that additional training was put into place, which all Canadian airlines the pilots have received, to know what to do in case such a situation occurred. And it has not occurred in Canada. It has not occurred. And secondly, right after that, Boeing, once the cause of the accident was known, they started the process of making a software change, which will be incorporated into all the MAX 8s in the coming weeks.
Are you telling Canadians unconditionally there are no issues getting on this aircraft right now with the information that you have?
That's a very hypothetical question. I'm not going to comment on, anytime anybody gets in an aircraft, it's a particular situation. So.
But how do you reassure Canadians who are worried?
I'm saying that Canada has a very high safety record, and in Canada, including with the MAX 8. So it's something that they should take seriously, the fact that we have an extremely good safety record in aviation. Our pilots are very, very well trained. And yes, we want to find out as quickly as possible what happened, and we're working as fast as we can to find out what happened, but at the moment there are no clues as to what caused that accident. So I'm going to have to go to my board.
Mind during the day?
What I have said is that I have directed my group of experts to be ready for all possibilities, including a decision to ground MAX 8s. But at this point, we have not taken any decision because we want to, as I say, try to get as much information as possible before we make that decision.
La décision pourrait être prise aujourd'hui.
Est-ce qu'on se revoit à Westmount cet après-midi?
On verra. Malheureusement, non.
Non? C'est pas là, ok, bon.